Welcome to our trade employer session of the 2022 East Kootenay Career Fair. We are coming to you from the traditional lands of the Ktunaxa and Kinbasket people. My name is Rhonda Sheridan, and I am the Co-op and Employment Services Coordinator here at College of the Rockies. We are excited to once again assist our students and job seekers of the Kootenays. Our annual career event highlights opportunities for recent grads looking to get into their career of choice and those looking for summer jobs. We partner with Kootenay Employment Services and Work BC to bring you this career fair. So here, for their quick introduction, is Kirsten.
Thanks, Rhonda. I'm Kirsten Renner, the Regional Community Development Manager with Kootenay Employment Services. We're very proud to work with the college to bring this event to job seekers in the Kootenays and connect them with all the opportunities throughout the region and even beyond. We offer employment services and programs, including the Work BC program through our offices in Cranbrook, Creston, Fernie, and Invermere. So come see your local centre for more information. In this session, we will have a lineup of 4 employers. They will be BC Infrastructure Benefits, Canadian Forces, Canfor, and Construction Maintenance and Allied Workers Canada Local 2300. First up, we have the BC Infrastructure Benefits.
Hello, and welcome to BCIB's virtual information session. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to our presentation. We appreciate that you are considering BCIB as your next employer and hope that you find some value in this presentation. Before we get started, we'll introduce ourselves. My name is Erin Slipitz, and I'm the Outreach and Recruitment Coordinator for the interior of BC and have been with the company for 3 years.
And my name is Amandeep Singhal, and I'm the Outreach and Recruitment Coordinator for Lower Mainland BC. I've recently joined the organization and have been with the company for about 3 months.
An interesting fact about BCIB project sites is that Indigenous workers make up 17% of the workforce, and 13% of the workforce are women. Both stats are double the industry standards. The Community Benefits Agreement. BCIB is a Crown corporation that was established in 2018 to implement the Community Benefits Agreement. Our mandate is to mobilize and grow a safe and diverse skilled workforce on CBA project sites across BC. The CBA is an agreement between BCIB and the Allied Infrastructure and Related Construction Council, also known as the AIRCC. These are the 19 affiliated unions that are part of the BC Buildings Trade. The CBA helps to ensure public infrastructure projects benefit the communities in which they are built. This includes creating access to good-paying jobs local for British Columbians now and into the future. BCIB also works with the project team and the prime contractors to include apprenticeship and trainee opportunities, which are specific to each project site. Lastly, BCIB also wants to foster a job site culture that is inclusive and respectful. That's why we have our Respectful Onsite initiative, which I will talk more about later.
So let's talk about BCIB's approach. Our approach is 3-pronged. First, we have a network of projects in regional clusters in the interior, in the Lower Mainland, and the upcoming Island project. BCIB is working with the AIRCC, which is a 19 union affiliates, to provide skill development opportunities to candidates and employees. We also work with local support organizations, as well as education and training facilities to support skills development. Lastly, a crew experience is very important to us here at BCIB. We want everyone to feel safe and included when coming onto a BCIB project site.
Our projects. In the Lower Mainland, we have the Patello Bridge, as well as the Broadway Subway project. On the island, we have the Cowichan District Hospital Replacement Project. Construction of this project hasn't yet begun, but is scheduled to start sometime in the summer. Lastly, and of the most relevance to this group, is the Highway 1 expansion between Kamloops and the Alberta border. Project sites from west to east include Chase West, Chase East, Salmon Arm West, Quartz Creek Bridge Project, and the Kicking Horse Canyon Phase 4. The Kicking Horse Canyon project is the largest of the interior projects, lasting 4 years and employing about 100 to 200 people per season.
And how is BCIB growing the skilled trades in BC? The CBA prioritizes the hiring of Indigenous peoples, women, and other underrepresented groups onto the project sites first. Candidates living local to a project site will also receive priority hire benefits. Lastly, all our employees who are in good standing will have a priority rehire status, which means that if your trade is required back on site in consecutive seasons, you'll be one of the first to return to the site. This creates and develops a career rather than the standard contract work seen within the construction industry.
BCIB uses trade profiles to recruit candidates. All of our trade profiles can be found on our website under the Employment tab. We share all of our job posting with local WorkBC centers and recruitment channels, as well as post them on JobBank.
Workforce planning and placement is focused on identifying applicants and candidates who benefit from the network of CBA projects to move through their training to certification, those who may benefit from informal training, assessment, and challenge exams, or candidates in need of a sponsor for their apprenticeships. Now, one thing to note here is that the related affiliated union will act as the apprenticeship sponsor when coming on a CBA project site. Apprenticeship and training targets are set for each project. These are specific to the scope of each project site with safety in mind.
The BCIB application. It is a two-step process. In step one, it's an initial information grab that is quick and easy and can be completed in about 10 minutes. If you are within BC with trades experience, you will be invited to create a profile and be sent an activation email. This will take you to step two. In this step, you will create a login and be able to build a profile that you can update in real time.
Applying is easy. Just go to our website www.bcib.ca and click the Apply Now button.
The applicant journey. First, you start off by applying online. Once you submit your profile, your skills and experiences, as well as qualifications, will be reviewed. It could go one of two ways. First, BCIB determines that you are job ready and you are marked as an eligible candidate. Contractor requests come in daily. If your skills match a request, you are put forward and an offer of employment is made. The second pathway is when we review your profile, and we identify that you require additional training or certification. BCIB will connect with you to review the information and provide reference to a support organization. Once you've completed additional training, you should log back in and update your BCIB profile. With your newly acquired skills or certifications, you can be matched to upcoming requests and offered employment.
BCIB works with a variety of support organizations, including WorkBC, the Industry Training Authority, which is responsible for tracking apprenticeship hours, Mosaic, Access, Indigenous Skills and Employment Training, Skill Plan, BC Center for Women in Trades, and the Construction Foundation of BC. Candidates requiring support will be provided reference to the appropriate support organization to continue their journey in the trades.
Lastly, I would like to talk about BCIB's Respectful Onsite initiative. Respect on the job site is important. We know job site culture is a barrier for equity groups continuing a career in the trade. So BCIB has a digital and on-site campaign, as well as site representatives who are physically present on-site and available to answer any HR questions, as well as provide support to all our employees. There is also required safety training for employees and supervisors. BCIB provides Site Ready BC to all candidates ready for dispatch free of charge. This is a foundational safety training that is required on all BCIB project sites. BCIB puts on training sessions for all employees after they have been onboarded. This training session includes the Indigenous Cultural Competency Training, which is a 4-hour training session called History Matters that takes employees through Indigenous history, culture as well as reconciliation, and JEDI training, which stands for Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion, and talks about anti-racism and anti-discrimination.
Here are some of our resources. Again, to check our trade profiles and apply, go to www.bcib.ca. We also have several informational videos on YouTube, including an application tutorial video to help you through the application process. And finally, if you would like to get in touch with us, please feel free to email us on the general email. That's workforce@bcib.ca. Alternatively, you can also call us at 1-888-567-2242.
Thank you. That concludes our presentation. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and we wish you all the best in your journey into the trades.
That was the BC infrastructure benefits. And next up will be Canadian Forces.
Ever dreamed of being paid to dive? Think you can handle the heat of cooking for hundreds of brave troops? Could you deploy a sophisticated communication network in some of the remotest corners of the planet? Can you see yourself delivering essential healthcare in a state-of-the-art portable clinic? Would you like to pull off intense workouts and a paid education? Or execute a precision landing just in time to save a life? Perhaps you'd prefer to master cutting-edge electronic systems in the middle of the ocean. Dare to be extraordinary with the Canadian Armed Forces. Apply for one of over 100 full and part-time careers and acquire sought-after skills and training that will serve you everywhere.
Canadian Armed Forces members proudly serve Canada by defending its values, interests, and sovereignty at home and abroad. We support freedom, democracy, the rule of law, and human rights around the world. With over 100 exciting occupations to select from across 3 elements, we have a job that's right for you. The Canadian Armed Forces is comprised of 3 distinct elements. By land, the Canadian Army. By air, the Royal Canadian Air Force. And by sea, the Royal Canadian Navy. Every day, thousands of members of the Canadian Armed Forces contribute to protecting Canada by patrolling our coasts, monitoring our skies, leading search and rescue missions, and assisting civilian rescue authorities with disaster relief. We help to defend North America by working with the United States at the North American Aerospace Defense Command to monitor and defend continental airspace and ocean areas. The Canadian Armed Forces contributes to international peace and security through operations around the world. Canadian Armed Forces members are currently deployed overseas on operational missions, and on any given day, 1/3 of the deployable force are preparing for, engaged in, or returning from a mission. Whether you belong to the Canadian Army, the Royal Canadian Air Force, or the Royal Canadian Navy, all military members can be classified as either commissioned officer or non-commissioned members. Commissioned officers are trained from the start to become leaders, managers, and decision makers. Broadly speaking, their responsibilities typically include managing large groups of people, money, or high-valued assets. Becoming an officer in the Canadian Armed Forces requires a minimum of a bachelor's degree in a field relevant to your occupation. Some specialized roles, like social worker or medical officer, require additional education. There are direct entry and subsidized education options for those entering as an officer. Non-commissioned members form the backbone of the Canadian Armed Forces. They are the skilled tradespeople, the technicians, and operators who control our day-to-day operations. At the beginning of your career, you'll learn and master a highly specialized skill set. And as you progress through your career, you will take on increasingly complex challenges, including supervisory and leadership roles. These occupations are suitable for those who have some high school or college education, and we will provide all of the training that you need to excel at your job. If you would like to become an officer and already have a degree, it is possible to enter under the Direct Entry Officer Plan. If you're interested in having your degree paid for, the Canadian Armed Forces offers a 3 to 5 year program at the Royal Military College in Kingston through the regular officer training program. There, students will earn their bachelor's degree while learning military leadership and pursuing second language training. For many of the non-commissioned member trades, No advanced education or experience is required, and the Canadian Armed Forces will provide you with all the theory and hands-on training that you need to learn a skilled trade. For a detailed list of all occupations, please visit us at www.forces.ca and click on Browse Careers to see all of the available options. There you can see a description of the job, the training provided, and watch videos of sailors, soldiers, and aviators detailing their experiences. We offer competitive benefits and salaries. Your skills, knowledge, experience, and training can impact your starting salary. As a new direct entry recruit, you could earn anywhere from $35,000 to $62,000 annually while you complete basic training. Once you're fully trained for your chosen occupation, your salary will continue to increase based on your time in the military, rank, and acquired skills. Starting salaries are based on equivalent careers for entry-level positions within the private sector. You and your family will receive health and dental coverage throughout your career. And as a full-time member, you will start with 20 paid vacation days per year. These can normally be scheduled around training and operational requirements. This vacation time will increase throughout your career to a maximum of 30 days. The Canadian Armed Forces offers maternity and parental leave to spend time with your newest family member with 93% of your normal salary. Our pension plans provide you with peace of mind today and for years to come. If you're interested in applying to the Canadian Armed Forces, the first step is to visit us at www.forces.ca and fill out an application by clicking on the Apply Now button. After your application is received, a recruiter will call you within 3 days to discuss your application, career choices, and eligibility. In order to be selected for military service, you must first pass the Canadian Forces Aptitude Test, complete an interview with a military career counselor, and be medically fit as evaluated by our medical team. You also have to undergo a reliability screening, which is mandatory for all Government of Canada positions. After enrollment, it's off to basic training. You'll head to Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, Quebec, where you'll complete either a 10 or 12-week program, depending on whether you enrolled as an officer or a non-commissioned member. After basic training, you'll attend a trade-specific training, whose length and duration will vary based on the occupation you enrolled as. After you finish that program, you'll get posted to your first unit, where you'll start working on the job. Throughout your career, you'll have the opportunity to attend more specialized training and career courses, as well as have the opportunity to be deployed and participate in exercises across Canada and throughout the world. There are several trades in the Canadian Armed Forces that are currently in high demand. Typically, there are more positions available for these trades, and applicants may see their files processed faster when applying for them. These trades are listed below. I would like to draw your attention to 2 of the following trades. Marine technicians operate and maintain highly technical propulsion, mechanical, and power generation systems, enabling Royal Canadian Navy warships to float, move, and fight. The primary responsibilities of marine technicians are to operate all marine systems engineering equipment on board ship, troubleshoot failures, advise command on limitations, and repair as required to restore system function. They execute and track maintenance schedules to keep the ship's engineering equipment in prime condition. They respond to emergencies as the onboard experts in firefighting and damage control, which includes helicopter crash rescue. They're the ship's metal workers and carry out burning, welding, and machining. Some of the related civilian occupations are welder, millwright, industrial mechanic, electrician, heavy-duty equipment mechanic, marine engineer, and plumber. Human Resource Administrators provide administrative and general human resources support to all military activities. The primary duties of a Human Resources Administrator are to provide human resource administration and services, administration of pay and allowances, and to maintain personnel records. Some of the related civilian occupations available to Human Resources Administrators are Records Administrator, Data Entry Supervisor, Office Manager, Executive Assistant, and Information Management Technician. The Canadian Armed Forces welcomes applicants from all genders, religions, ethnicities, and sexual orientations. We are dedicated to eliminating employment barriers for women, visible minorities, Indigenous peoples, persons with disabilities, and members from the LGBTQ2+ communities. Everyone is entitled to live their authentic selves and to be part of an inclusive work environment that encourages them to contribute and thrive within the defense team. The Canadian Armed Forces offers excitement, adventure, and travel, all with comprehensive benefits and competitive salaries. If you're interested in joining our team, you can apply online today at www.forces.ca. This application comes with no obligation. If you'd like to speak to a recruiter, we can be reached at 604-694-6390, extension 2, or by email at info.vancouver@forces.gc.ca. We're in the office from Monday to Friday from 8 to 4 and look forward to hearing from you. Check out our various social media pages to see what Canadian Forces members are doing right now, at home and abroad.
Train for your true calling with the Canadian Armed Forces. A message from the Government of Canada.
That was the opportunities with the Canadian Armed Forces. And now we have employment opportunities for CAN4. CAN4 with opportunities at the local sawmills and operations. And last but not least, we have the construction, maintenance, and allied workers, local 2300.
Welcome to Construction, Maintenance, and Allied Workers Union, Local 2300, otherwise known as CMAW Local 2300. CMAW Local 2300 is an independent Canadian construction union representing about 600 carpenters, scaffolders, laborers, and mechanical trades in the East and West Kootenays. We sponsor over 80 apprentices, and they all enjoy our excellent benefit, pension, and training opportunities that we provide. Our local has been active in the Kootenays since the early 1900s. The Kootenays are famous for hydroelectric dams, and CMAW Local 2300 has worked on all of them. We also have over a dozen local contractors who work at Teck Metals, Teck Coal, Skookumchuck and Celgar pulp mills, as well as on Highway 1 and various commercial, institutional, and residential sites throughout the area. Local hiring boards and dispatch. Our dispatch system is membership driven and fair. When you join CMAW Local 2300, we offer you dispatches to a job requested by a CMAW contractor. Most of our agreements are specific to carpenter and scaffolder journeypersons and apprentices, although we also dispatch laborers, millwrights, and other construction trades as requested by the contractor. When one project ends, you go back on the unemployed register, otherwise known as the dispatch board, for opportunities to work with other contractors. Career Path. We are an ITA BC Carpentry Apprenticeship sponsor and also oversee our own scaffold apprenticeship program. All apprentices receive benefits equal to journey persons, and we also offer apprenticeship training reimbursements for our members. Wanted, journey person carpenters. We offer union wage rates, benefits, pension, and training, all employer paid. Journeyman carpenters construct, erect, install, maintain, and repair structures and components of structures made of wood, wood substitutes, lightweight steel, and other materials. They are employed by construction companies, carpentry contractors, and maintenance departments of factories, plants, and other establishments, or they may be self-employed. Please email resume and tickets to ba2300@cmaw.ca. Wanted, journey person scaffolders. Scaffold erectors are a type of carpenter that plans and builds the temporary work structures that provide other workers with safe, secure access to places they work. They may work on construction, offshore drilling, or oil sand sites, at power stations, and/or on special projects such as parade viewing platforms. Don't forget to email your resume and construction-related certificates to ba2300@cmaw.ca. Training opportunities. Welcome to our CMAW-wide training department, where over $750,000 were spent last year on training. Over 700 members every year take a training course or receive a bursary through CMAW. Our designated CMAW training fund ensures quality training opportunities for all members, which in turn allows us to offer top quality workers to our contractors. Governance. CMAW is proud to have a democratic, Canadian-based structure. Our local is governed by working members from across the East and West Kootenays. This makes our membership demographic similar to the communities in which we work. CMAW Local 2300 has an active and productive diversity committee and is the administrator for a CMAW-wide Women of CMAW Facebook page. Local 2300 encourages women in the trades and supports diversity in the industry. Conclusion, CMAW has a formal relationship with dozens of active employers. Employers call us for workers, and we dispatch our well-trained members. In turn, we offer a career path for local apprentices, carpentry work across BC, and access to over a dozen active signatory contractors in the area. Local members are offered local work first, and we have employer-paid pension and health and wellness plans and we support our apprentices throughout their journey to their Red Seal certification. We provide access to the safety certifications required by our contractors and the job sites they work on, and have a local Kootenay office and local staff and resources to support our members. We look forward to working with you. Please send your resume today to ba2300@cmaw.ca.
And to wrap us up, that was the Construction, Maintenance and Allied Workers Canada Local 2300. Thank you so much for joining us for the first of 2 trade employer sessions at the 2022 East Kootenay Career Fair. Thank you.